where we've come from over the last 12 months, I think it's a huge positive turnaround for the club, and I think everyone is relishing it at the moment, and there's certainly a good sense of excitement around because of it. Yeah, I think it was fairly important that we bounced back from it. We did the same after the Naas loss, just to kind of make sure that we didn't go 2 losses in a row. So we bounced back from the Naas one, and thankfully we bounced back from the BALLYNAHINCH one as well, and I think it was important for us as well to just try and take back the top position for Christmas, and just particularly seeing as it was in the back-to-back games. So we're obviously very happy with that. One thing we wanted to do really when we were taking over was just to make fellas enjoy coming out to training in particular again. So some of it was that it seemed like it had become a little bit of a chore. So the big thing for me is fellas have to enjoy what they're doing. And it was some little things like the thing that Leinster were doing, and I think Joe Smith brought it in with Ireland as well, and just shake hands with the fella the first time you meet him on any given day. It's just a simple little bit of an icebreaker, that's all that was, and bringing back in the food again for nights after training and stuff, so that fellas will just sit around after training and have a little bit of a laugh and a joke. It's just all to try and make fellas enjoy each other's company again, and realise that it isn't just a case of coming to train and jump out of the car, do your training, jump into the car and go away again. So we had to just try and foster a certain little bit of an environment there where fellas actually want to be here, and that they're not in such of a rush to check in and check out. And I think that has stood to us as well so far, because I think fellas are operating here with a bit more of a smile on their faces, and it seems like they're all getting on with each other a bit better. I think a lot of things are changeable, unfortunately, in the division, so that's why we can't plan too far ahead, I think, for an awful lot of things, because player availability and either way for either team can make a huge difference. I think the 2 games against BALLYNAHINCH would show that, so you can't plan too far ahead. So yeah, we'll look back at the Naas game and analyse it the same as we would have any game, and see what we can use going into the next weekend. But I think we'll only be able to finalise things when we know what's going to be available in terms of players. I think they're just maturing across the board, really. I think there's an extra year's rugby under their belts, and in fairness, the core of the squad, I think, had kind of maybe got fed up with the way things had gone last year, and there's been a change in mentality, I think, which they have to take great credit for. I think they've kind of decided enough was enough, and they were really setting out to kind of make their own identity as a group, and it's showing off so far this year. Yeah, we know part and parcel of our position in the rugby ladder is obviously to try and be a breeding ground and a development ground for fellas with the ambition to play in representative stuff. So to have Ronan in the Ireland 20 squad, and Kieran Dunn knocking on the door of it, and Charlie obviously getting himself on the radar for it as well, that's a huge positive for us, I think, and I think it shows as a club what we can do in terms of fellas coming in, buying into our environment, and it propelling them onto things that they have their own ambitions for. It's vital to have players come through your own club, because I think they really buy into the culture of the club, and they can be really important to the fabric of the club, and actually really doing all the dark stuff that people mightn't always want to do. But when the chips are down, a lot of the time they can be the fellas that will actually go that extra mile for you, if you like, and they'll obviously be the ones who kind of carry the burden, for want of a better way, of trying to drive the club forward.